Welcome to nanobugged. This is part 4 and episode 4, and what I have here is some new lighting you may notice, and I also have a little presentation here. And to pick up where we left off was,
alright, I ended up in North Carolina with this chick. It was my cousin though, and got away from everything, you know. No drugs up there. Everything, you know, everything was going to be spectacular, right? Get away from everything, right? But right when I went downstairs and I got in my cousin's car at the mental institution, and I ain't heard nothing in a month. I ain't heard no voices in a month. All right, they were murmuring through the vents there at the mental institution, but at this point, I ain't heard nothing in a month. Sat down in her car. Sounded like he was sitting in the car with me. It was the DEA agent's voice I grew up with. He said, "Taylor, you know who this is, don't you?" I said, "Brown fucking Sterling Wilson." He said, "I could be weakness to give you hell, boy." And he started talking, and for the next 4 years, well, 3 years and a chunk of change, for 3 years and a chunk of change, they talked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every second, every day, non-stop. And see, the Brown Recluses, they multiplied into a bunch of them, right? By the time I got to North Carolina, and then they dropped down to 4, and those 4 took shifts, 4 at a time. They took shifts, 4 at a time, took shifts, and when their job was to not stop talking, you know. And I done figured I had voice masking technology, so they could sound like each other, or they could sound like, you know, anybody they wanted to, really. So anyway, and that's how it went. But everything they said was relative to what was going on around me. It wasn't just like murmurs or nothing like that. I heard this loud and clear, and they were in my ear, not in my head. I heard them loud and clear in my ear. But if they wanted to, they could make it sound like they were, you know, it kind of sounded like it was in the room with me, or they could make it sound like they was on the other side of a door, on the side of the wall, on the ceiling, under, you know, somewhere like that. You know? So they could mess with my head like that. So anyway, that's the dealio on that. And they talked, like I said, 25, and then after 4 years, almost 4 years, after 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every second, every day, they literally said, well, in a short word, but they literally said, "Bye, Taylor," and it went silent, and I ain't heard nothing since. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that was in 2004.
too much. Let me tell you this also. As far as this book as a promotion of drug use and all that, I personally wish it was a world where drug addiction did not exist and drugs did not exist, really. But unfortunately, that's not the way the world is.